Our biome is found in Latin America. It runs through multiple different countries, but is mostly found in Brazil. It also runs through Peru, Bolivia, Venezuela, Colombia, Ecuador, Guyana, and Suriname.
Some abiotic factors are water feeds plants to provide other animals, humidity gives life a protective barrier around the rainforest that helps prevent forest fires, rocks break down over time and give nutrients to the soil. The average temperature is at 79 Fahrenheit, which is livable. Biotic factors are types of plants like bromeliads. They are shaped like a bowl, so they help collect water, and frogs and tadpoles feed off, and frogs feed off the water they catch. Sophytes are the rainforest decomposers. Without them, the rainforest floor would be washed away. Lianas have thick woody stems that extend up to 3,000 feet. They connect to other trees and make vines. Carnivorous plants like the Venus flytrap eat animals and insects. Predators like tigers and cougars eat other animals. Cougars live in the trees. Bengal tigers live on the forest floor and can grow up to be 400 to 600 pounds and 5 to 10 feet. Their
rainfall is at least 80 inches, but in some areas over 430 inches of rain each year. The Amazon River is the second largest river in the world, and it provides a fifth of the world's fresh water. The Amazon rainforest gets so much rain because of the bodies of water surrounding and within it. It also comes from trees. The canopy tree transpires about 200 gallons a year. The carbon cycle is huge in the Amazon rainforest because there's so much wildlife. Plants take in carbon dioxide and give back to the living organisms in the area. Though the amount of energy that is being given off is going down due to deforestation of plants and trees in the area. The average temperature in the Amazon rainforest ranges from about 77 to 87 degrees Fahrenheit and gets colder in the summer months. The amount of rainfall in the Amazon rainforest ranges from about 1 inch to all the way up to 6 inches. The rainforest gets the most rain in January and evens out throughout the rest of the year. The producers in the Amazon rainforest are plants such as tulips, water lilies, flytraps. There is also trees such as the rubber tree and grass. Primary consumers of these organisms are ants, insects, and fish. Secondary consumers, deer, river otters, and tapirs. The tertiary are eagles, pumas, jaguars, and crocodiles. The soil in the Amazon rainforest is very poor. Surprisingly, this Amazon soil lacks nutrients. This is because of the millions of years of weather. The harsh rains have simply swept the nutrients out of the soil. The majority of the nutrients is stored within the plants.
The following three animals have adapted in the biggest way to the Amazon rainforest. Toucans adapted to the Amazon rainforest in a big way. They have grown and developed large beaks to allow them to eat large fruit and reach for the fruit from longer distances. Also, it lets the bird reach for fruit that are on branches that cannot support their weight, so it makes it a lot easier to eat. Sloths are another animal that have adapted to their environment in the Amazon, but the way that the sloth has adapted is very different than the toucan. Sloths adapted to their environment by growing a certain algae that grows on its fur to become camouflaged on its tree or wherever it is hiding. Bengal tigers have a different kind of adaptation than many other animals. The Bengal tiger adapted to the rainforest by developing a dark fur coat that can act as a camouflage because they have dark fur and black stripes that can blend in with trees in the forest. Also, they have developed soft padded paws to allow them to hunt and move around quicker and stealthy. Three symbiotic relationships in an ecosystem are commensalism, mutualism, and parasitism. An example of commensalism are bromeliads. Bromeliads are uncommon flowering plants that are found in the American subtropics and Africa. These plants are very fascinating to see and are home to many tree frogs living in the Amazon rainforest. The plant gives shelter and protection to the small frogs, while the plant itself is unaffected by them. The plants come in various sizes and grow very large and also very small, but most of the organisms living in these flowers and plants are mostly found in the larger bromeliads. An example of mutualism is the harpy eagle. The harpy eagle of the Amazon rainforest is one of the birds and animals at the top of its food chain for its ecosystem. It feeds off the tree berries and fruits, which allows the tree to get its seeds spread. An example of parasitism are aphids. Aphids are sap-sucking insects that feed off plants and trees. Aphids suck the sap out of trees and eat the leaves of plants. They sound unharmful, but they can actually kill many trees and plants. Every time they eat all of the leaves of plants or suck out a large amount of sap, they benefit by getting food, but the source of where they're feeding gets killed in the process. In the Amazon rainforest, renewable resources are very common. Water is a renewable resource and can be found basically anywhere in the Amazon rainforest. Although when it doesn't rain for a longer period of time, aka drought, water becomes scarce and that leads to competition. But a non-renewable resource that is brought from there is gasoline. Gasoline is a non-renewable resource along with oil that is found in the Amazon rainforest. Many animals, trees, and plants are killed there just to drill and find those resources. Water is a resource found in our biome that is very beneficial to our lives because we need to drink it in order to survive, and we are lucky enough to have an abundance of it. Another resource that we have is food. Food fuels our bodies to allow us to move around, not be starving or hungry.
Humans impact the habitats of organisms in the tropical rainforest by deforestation. People cut down trees and plants, they destroy habitats for species, and that can also change what the climate is like in the tropical rainforest. And the species tend to migrate since they have nowhere to live after people cut down their homes. So invasive species are the green crabs, get carried by ships in the ballast water and migrate in different areas, and the sulfur fish bait. The harpy eagle used to be found in Central America, but now it can be found in the Amazon. Deforestation and shooting are the two main threats to the survival of the harpy eagles. They prefer to live in large areas. Pollution is impacting the tropical rainforest by people dumping trash and human waste into tributaries from overcrowded cities have resulted in serious pollution in many tropical countries. In some areas, rivers are no longer safe for human use, while plant and animal life suffers. There's not many organisms that are growing too fast in the tropical rainforest. All organisms in the tropical rainforest usually benefit in some way. The plants are used for shelter and food for the rainforest animals.
Giant otter, the tapir, and the uakari are all endangered due to human impact. The living organisms are all affected by humans in the Amazon rainforest. Deforestation, climate change, and illegal hunting all decreases the populations of different species of animals there, and because of that, all of their reproduction rates are low.